The moment the man turned his head, a loud crash was heard as the large tree behind him fell. Then, in the pitch-black cave where one couldn't see one's fingers, a strange sound suddenly echoed, but Jimmy paid no attention to it at all, continuing to cut branches with his knife, preparing to explore the cave. However, right then, Jimmy was overwhelmed by the scene, but the bagman didn't take his life, only snatched his hat and left. In the blink of an eye, decades passed, and Jimmy became a husband and a father, long since forgetting the terrifying experience from his childhood. The family lived a very happy life. But one night, as Jimmy was packing things, the light at the door suddenly flickered, and a strange noise was heard from behind him. Curious, he thought, who could be coming over at this hour instead of sleeping? He grabbed a flashlight and went to check it out. Imagine his surprise when he searched the forest for a long time, and not only didn't find a single person but also discovered a horrifying mutated rat. Jimmy was so scared he ran for his life, not stopping until he reached the backyard, where he finally took a sigh of relief. He thought that after this night, the strange events wouldn't happen again. Little did he know that this was just the beginning. The next day, his son was playing alone in the yard. As he swung on the swing, he suddenly a child walked out from not far away. The child first waved at Jack and then turned to walk into the forest. Without a second thought, Jack chased after him. As he went deeper, he soon saw the boy again, but he had no idea that the boy in front of him was the bagman in disguise. Fortunately, his mother came looking for him just in time, and Jack narrowly escaped a disaster. Even though his son was safe, Jimmy always felt something was off. He thought to himself, there's not a soul in this forest, so how could a child just end up there? So, he told his wife everything that happened during the day. Hearing his wife's account, Jimmy felt a strong sense of unease. Recalling the previous night's experience and thinking about his son who almost got lost, the fear from being dominated by the bagman during his childhood surged back. Now, he couldn't help but suspect that the bagman was targeting his son. In his state of panic, Jimmy suddenly heard his son's voice coming from next door. Curious about who his son was talking to, he went to check it out. But there was no one in the room, and yet his son was still talking to someone outside the window. So, Jimmy opened the window.
All are welcome. All are welcome.
Now Jimmy finally realized that someone had likely broken into the house. He first searched the room, then closed the window. But just then, another strange noise was heard from outside, even waking his wife, who was asleep. Learning that someone was in the house, his wife immediately picked up their son, and Jimmy, with a stick in hand, went outside to investigate. After searching for a long time, he found no one, but the strange sound kept ringing in his ears. The couple was completely terrified. They wanted to hold their child and sleep soundly, but the strange events from the day left Jimmy tossing and turning, unable to sleep. So he went downstairs specifically to turn on the home security system. But in the blink of an eye, he saw that the door to the shed outside seemed to have been opened. Jimmy went over to check it out and was surprised to find a strange doll inside, and the hat on the doll was the exact one the bagman had taken from him in the cave when he was a child.